think we could do the next one.
So for the war campaign, I was trying to talk, but this button it doesn't mute all the time. So I was talking and it was muted. That was a good wish.
3, 2, 1.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Alright, we did it. We're out of retirement, and we're back. Straight out of the Scarlet Halls and on the salty streets of Borealis, Episode 3 of Do Not Relent, by popular demand. I'm Slidewhistle.
And I am Immunization, or Alex, whatever you want to call me.
I am Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, and Horde Punching Bag. I blew all my retirement funds, and looks like I gotta get out of debt, get back in the green by doing another episode here.
We got so many emails that were like, guys, please don't quit on us. We need you. Please stay around.
So we're really doing this for our 1 or 2 fans out there. This is for you guys.
We're like a local drug dealer. We got you hooked with 1 or 2 free fixes. Now you have to start paying us.
Ooh, please.
Yes, please pay us.
Well, I guess we'll start with what we did in WoW. Aaron, you can go first.
Admittedly, this was a week where I did not play that much WoW. The only time I hopped on this week was to change up my Mog a little bit, because I woke up sweaty one night and I'm like, I'm not doing the right purple Mog. So I just made a different one and then went to bed. It was
Well, I mean, if you're not looking good, why play, you know?
Exactly. That's my firm belief, which is why anytime I get a new piece of gear, I instantly have to log out and run away. Because I never bought the changing elephant, and so I have to run around with my stupid headpiece every time I get that.
Dude, you gotta buy that yak. It's time.
I have to. It's that or the water strider, and I really think the yak's more important. I gotta be
much
looking
are they
fresh.
nowadays?
I thought they were locked behind a rep grind of
I
like
think
a
there's
Pandaria rep. I don't know.
You just gotta pay 100k to get it, which is, only, but it's some guy on a mountaintop that you give money to, and he's like, here's a yak.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing next week.
Slide, what did you do in WoW this week?
I just did a lot of incursions, which we'll talk about later, but I think that the faction assaults or incursions, whatever they're called, are one of the best things that they added in this game. Ooh, they are so much fun. I spent like 3 hours the other night just assaulting the Horde, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
Okay. I'm feeling a little sad now, because when you said faction assault, through my microphone I heard fashion assault, and now I'm just imagining a world in which we like run up on our yaks and just quick change like it's an 80s movie and disappoint the Horde. Like, oh no, he has that cape.
Oh, you're not talking about Trial of Style right now?
Like a Trial of Style, but an aggressive one. You don't meet on neutral terms in the Purple Palace. We're running up. I'm kicking down the doors and showing them, like, look at this tiara, as children and women scream.
Look at my Worgen feet. They don't match anything on my legs.
Let me scroll through all the shoe options. Only one of them actually exists.
No, the orc screams.
Fashion assault.
Immunization, what about you? What did you do in WoW?
Well, I just finished doing the most recent war campaign, which I thought was great. I know that we talked about it. Well, at least Aaron spilled a few drops of tea about it last week, but now that I've done it, I feel like we can talk about it a little bit more, which I'm excited for.
I haven't done it yet, but I was watching you do it, and I've read some things on the internet, and I'm super excited for this war campaign when I get to it. It's gonna be baller.
Do you need any more rep to grind on your alt? Well, now your main before you can play it?
I'm still trying to finish off the remains of the last war campaign. So now I have it to where I'm doing the Zul'Dazar area, where I'm like putting bombs on the ships or whatever. So like once I do that, then I think I can do the beginning of the next war campaign. I'm pretty sure that's how it ended.
Yeah, that's really close to the end of the original war campaign. It's in like Nazmir, right?
Mine's
Is it?
Zuldazar right now.
I might be
I'm
thinking
like,
of something else.
this is when you like kill the Tauren. You're like, you're
Yeah,
not a blood
you
troll.
you send them into the void, and it's really scary.
Oh man, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like the introduction of this Void Elf on the Alliance team has made us a little more bloodthirsty, it feels, because I don't know, that one part when you're on the beach and you just, like, throw these goblins that you're fighting into the void, and, like, I don't know if these goblins will ever be seen again by anyone.
We have power now.
Yeah, what's his name? Like Bothric or whatever, who's like, he's like, I'll make you invisible using the void. And you're like, oh, I can sneak around now, right? And he's like, no, sneak up behind the horde and put them in a portal that will like, I actually don't know where it sends them, but it'll be sick. It'd be like, I mean, I guess he's like the new guy in the crew, so he's just trying extra hard to be like, look at me, I'm cool. You guys like me, right?
Well, so now that we're talking about the war campaign, I guess we should just talk about the newest ones. Which one of the three were your favorite, Aaron?
I kind of hinted at it last week, but I definitely say that the heist that you go on with Flynn and Spymaster Shaw is definitely my favorite of the three or four. I feel like there's a lot of good banter between the two of them. There's a lot of very good writing from Blizzard, and it has one of the biggest like, oh, I hope we don't have to see that thing again. Which, having recently watched the Siege on Dazar cinematic, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna see that thing again.
Yeah, that's gonna be a raid boss.
Yeah,
Just pretty
we're
cool.
gonna siege that. Yeah, I haven't touched the war campaign yet, like I said earlier, but I did see Immune fighting a big sack of gold.
Yeah, during the siege or the heist. That's like I said, my favorite. And I guess I didn't really ask because you asked me. Immune, which was your favorite?
I was gonna actually say that as well. I love the whole Indiana Jones vibe when you're like sneaking into the vault to try to get the staff wand thing.
Mm-hmm.
Scepter, I think is what they refer to it as.
Yeah, because it's the Scepter of
Yeah.
Tides that I think they took from Brennendam or whatever.
Oh, is
They
that what
took,
they took from Brennendum when they bombed it?
I
I knew it was
think,
like a Tide Sage like weapon, but I didn't remember where they took it from.
I forgot
it
that
was.
happened at all.
I think that was it because their other major assault happened in Tirisgard, and I think it was for Azerite. So I'm assuming the scepter was stolen when they attacked Stormsong.
I'm sorry, Aaron. What did you say? You say Azerite?
Yes.
Do you mean Azerite?
Azerite champion, please, just give. I don't have a problem, champion. Just give it to me.
Yes.
I feel like at this point we're just like Magni's Azerite dealer. You know, he gotta get fixed.
Exactly. Like you roll up with a big bag of Azerite and you hand it to him and he's like, "This is super essential, champion. Thank you." And then you pour it home and he's just like he dumps it in the pit like shit. I don't know what to do with it all. I tried burning it, burying it, shredding it. Now I'm just gonna be giving it away. 8.3, he's the one giving you Azerite.
Yeah. So back on topic about the war campaign now. That one was my favorite because the whole Indiana Jones vibe, and then just having more interaction with Flynn. I am here for it no matter what. He's like my favorite character of this expansion, I think.
Do you guys remember the Proto Flynn from Stormsong? He
The
was my
Proto
favorite.
Flynn?
He was my favorite for like 3 days. Samuel Wilson or whatever, who was just like Flynn with brown hair, and then he turned into a squid man.
He wasn't. Was he funny though? I guess I remember turning
He
into a
was
squid
no,
man. But
he was funny. He was just like Flynn, like funny guy. He's in every single fighting zone. And I remember being like, "Ah, he died. Like this sucks. I'll never forget him." And
Wait,
it
what
is
expansion
just
was this? Did you say it was Legion? Or
no BFA in
oh,
Stormsong.
oh, yeah, I remember because like you found him and then he had been like corrupted into one of the Squid Boys, right?
Yeah, and then he was having emotional troubles for a while before the leader of the Storm Sages was like, I'm just gonna make him a squid boy. And then you kill him and you're supposed to feel bad. And I did feel bad at the time because I was like, oh, he's such a cool character. I'll never forget him. And I just remembered him now.
Yeah,
And
that was like hour 2 of like my hour 17 marathon. So I must have forgotten about him until, because I remember it bugged. You had to like do some weird horn thing, but it wouldn't work for like us 5. We had to like make the group or whatever. He was a nuisance to my to my burning of this game. I was trying to burn through it. He slowed me down.
Yeah, it probably didn't help that we met him on opening night, in which like I had muted everything, and I'm like, I'm just about doing as much as I can tonight. He was like, hey, do you want to talk, stranger, and have like an engaging conversation? And I just pushed my way past him like, gear.
Get out of here. What? So I saw a little bit of Jaina doing something.
Oh yeah,
I don't really know though.
I think this is my second favorite part of it was when basically Borealis was being attacked in the war campaign, and you had to work with Jaina and the Vicrul lady. She's back, right?
The Vicrul lady?
Or is she? No, she's this big ass lady.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
Madison.
She's just a Cultirian, I think. Just
I saw her
all of
thick
them are
thighs.
real big.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, she is totally just a Cultirian. But is it just me, or is she like 2 times bigger than most Cultirians?
I'm imagining, I think because she is supposed to be like such like a big brave lady and stuff like that, it would not surprise me if she was like 1.5 Cultirian size.
I love when they make the NPCs larger, so you like, this is an important character. Please don't miss them. And it's like, but they're so big.
Like in the Siege of Orgrimmar fight when Thrall is 17 feet tall.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first time I really noticed it was in Draenor, I think, when you're collecting all the Apecthith crystals for Khadgar, and he was towering over everyone else.
Apecthith crystals.
Good old Apecthith crystals.
That was the hottest meme of 2016.
Too bad I hid all my Apecthith crystals in Darnethus. They all burnt down.
But yeah, I like that part of the war campaign too, just because, as you hinted at last week, it really showed how much Jaina seems to be up on her game.
Although
Like
I will say one moment that I was a little confused about, and I'm like, it was a cool moment, and I'm glad it did happen, but just lore wise, where she was like, we need to like port these bombs to those boats that are 30 feet in front of us. I'm gonna need you to man the cannon and shoot harpoons so I can triangulate my bomb delivery. And I'm like, I feel like this is a pretty mundane thing for you, Jaina. I don't know why. I don't know why I have to fire harpoons at these ships so you know where the ships are.
yeah, because it's like, Jaina, come on, there are 3 ships, there are 3 bombs. Why do you need me to mark them?
You've animated an entire ghost ship and made it shoot fart gas. Like, I feel like you've done much more taxing things than this. And then now you're boosted by like mommy and brother powers. Like,
maybe she's low on mana.
She can't be low on mana. She's a frost mage. Mana isn't even an issue.
Although there was a lot of purple. Maybe she respec to arcane briefly.
Oh shit! I did see her wiggling her hands on the little bar going up.
I was gonna say, can you imagine? She's like, hey, does anybody have any tomes? I need to change specs really quick for these ghost cannons.
That's why we haven't seen Khadgar in forever, is because he's such an arcane mage. He's like, I ran out of mana a year ago.
This whole time he's been channeling Evocation because he needs to regen his man, you know?
I was trying to think who's the fire mage, but it was Kael'thas, and he is dead. Like, umpteenth times, and he's the only fire mage that will ever be important. Thanks, game.
You just get one, and that's it.
I was gonna say, I don't think, besides Growlina, I don't know of any other famous fire mages out there.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, the last third of the war campaign was pretty cool too. This must be the part that we were talking about last week when it was a group of people that we forgot that we even recruited, because I don't remember exactly when we recruited these gorilla folks into our ranks.
I saw them, and I think they give you 7th Legion rep, but by the time I was over there, like, living the free and easy, I'm like, there's no rush, because I wasn't trying to get Dark Iron Dwarves. So
Well,
I
I
was
can tell
like,
you all about them.
please do.
Please do,
Who are
yeah.
they?
So these gorillas, they are intelligent gorillas. So you guys know the story of goblins and trolls, how trolls enslaved goblins to make them work for them in the mines, but then goblins ended up mining Cagemite, which made them super intelligent. So it's kind of the same thing. I don't think it's Cagemite. I think it's something else. I think it's like Bananamite or something.
I
But
mean,
basically,
honestly, in this expansion, it's probably just Azurite, right?
so that's the thing. Also, was the Cagemite Azurite that the goblins discovered
I mean, it
way back
is.
then in the mine?
It
It
may have been.
is
It may have
like
just
a
been from
form
their
of it,
island, right?
because it's known that Gallywix found Azurite years ago, and then that is implied to be because he mined the shit out of it. That's implied to be why Kazan broke apart.
Yeah, it's possible they had it first. But anyway, so these gorillas were exposed to a similar element that made them super intelligent. But we don't see a lot of them because we're Alliance. But I guess the Horde have to deal with like a good faction and a bad faction, and then like so basically it's kind of like War of the Apes, only they're fighting each other. So for the Alliance, we go over there and we just kind of do like 4 or 5 quests. It's not a lot, but it gives rep. Because back when I was a rep fiend, I was like, I need to get every piece of rep I can find. So like I was doing it, but like it still was kind of random. I think it was another thing that was kind of just like, yeah, the Horde have this. The Alliance can do it for extra rep, but they're just smart gorillas that are having a war with each other. And apparently we get one on our side that becomes the raid boss in the next raid.
Is he
Oh,
gonna
so
become
what
a raid
part?
boss?
Spoilers! But yeah, he will.
Oof.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
Gronk.
it kind of, yeah, Grong. Like I just finished this part today, and I kind of felt bad with the way that we treated him. Although he was more than willing enough to basically sacrifice himself, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it's I don't know the fact that like they like make you do the thing multiple times, so you personally get to see him degrade, is sad. But
Yeah, and then
then,
like when you ride away from his people, and then they're like, "Oh, Grong, please don't go," and he's like, "Oh, I need to do this," and then it's just sad. And then when you have to be the one to shoot him with the sleep dart at the end of it, I was like, "No, I
mhm.
won't do this."
My favorite part was when you had to go and like test him out and squish horde guys. It put me in an instance with another guy who had already done 39 of 40. So I loaded in, took one step forward, and then it was like, "You've done it, champion! Return home!" And I'm like, okay. And there's a
You're
lot
like,
of.
"I just want to crush more horde."
If you guys want, I can actually make the Grong news sadder.
Oh God, please do.
I think you kind of spoiled it. He dies, right, as a raid boss.
Well, so Mechatork basically is like, you will now face my greatest creation, or whatever. And Grong, like, the Horde fight Grong. The Horde kills Grong, and then Bomb Swamdi raises Grong.
Mm. Well,
Oh,
I'm glad he didn't like outright betray us.
Yeah, well,
oh,
Grong's description, though, is pretty sad. Once willing to sacrifice everything to serve the Alliance, the mighty Grong has been raised from the dead and pitted against his former friends. Fighting on behalf of the Horde would be anathema to this noble soul, whose only hope for release is a clean death, and that's not what he got.
so the
Oh.
horde defeat him as normal Grong. Well, not normal Grong, but like our enhanced version of Grong. And then we have to come along and face the version of him that Bonswamdi raised.
Yeah, it's kind of like the that dinosaur.
Razan.
Yeah, Razan, who's a skeleton. I think we fight like a skeleton Grong. And his name is now Grong the Revenant instead of Grong the Jungle Lord. R.I.P., dude.
That's actually very depressing. I wish I didn't know that. Although I wouldn't have been able to fight him, that would have broken my heart if I found out during actual raid.
Yeah, I just spared you a couple of months in advance, or I guess 1 month in advance.
Yeah, a month.
Basically 1 month exactly.
So while we're talking about this war campaign, with the raid, how it's going to work for the Treasure Lord, I think the Treasure Elemental is only going to be in the little half dungeon, the half raid that we're getting.
Oh, the one where we play as the horde later, or the one where?
No, the one that's in because we're getting 2 raids. We're getting Battle for Dazar'alor, and then we're getting the half raid. That's gonna be kind of like the Hellia raid. It's gonna be like the one in Stormsong where we face the Treasure Lord. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure that this guy's
The-
in our main version of the raid. His name's Opulence.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right. There
yeah,
he is.
yeah. When I watched the trailer for Siege, yeah, he was there, and it was just in his room. So I assume at one point we get knocked down, or like, oh, we have to sneak through the vaults to get in, and
Yeah,
then
he
when we go
probably is
through
like
the
one of the
vaults,
first
he'll be
bosses that we
there.
face when we're sneaking in or something.
That's a great name, by the way, Opulence.
True Paris is burning fashion, you know?
Right? But Opulence drops some sweet ass crowns for us. I think he
Oof.
drops crowns for every class for plate, leather, and cloth. But it's gonna look real good on our heads. I'll send you guys a link later so you guys can check
Well,
it out.
I wouldn't guarantee that anything looks good on Growlina's head, though.
Damn.
What is it called again? A crown of the.
Seducer.
I'm on Wowhead right now. I'm trying to see a picture of it on someone. And
Basically, it's like
cannot find
a
it.
Princess Daisy, like Princess Peach type crown, really.
That is such a good imagery of it. Yeah, because like I was playing WoW and then I saw that they added Battle for the Zara lore. They added all those items to the dungeon finder. So I saw it there. So I was putting on all the items, and that's probably one of the best ones, other than like the fun raid tier bone set that you guys don't like.
Honestly, I don't really care for it that much.
I mean, I guess as a priest, I don't know why you're wearing all those bones in the first place. So it makes sense.
Okay, so I'll just go out and say I don't like it because I don't like any set that feels distinctly just for one like specific group. It's the same problem I had with the Tomb of Sargeras set. You look at that thing and you're like, this is an arcane mage. So being anything else felt really weird wearing that.
So, what do you
And
think that this one is aimed at then?
necromancers.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It's
Yeah,
and
it's very warlocky.
Or yeah, warlocks. I apologize. I'm a fucking idiot. Warlocks, and it's like the one. There's like the green helmet that when you jumped, you would have demon wings. Somehow there was like Legion era. Somehow I got that on my fire mage Growlina, and I'm like, this is gross. Like this isn't for us.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, because that item came out in Burning Crusade, and it was Warlock tier. So it's funny that because I don't think you could have gotten that back then. Maybe you could have.
Mhm.
I didn't play that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Spoiler alert, none of us played that.
we're Draenor darlings.
That's what we are. Also,
Darling, serving opulence, darling.
so also alongside this sweet ass crown, which it doesn't matter for us, Aaron, because we're mages. But I mean, you can use one-handed maces, right?
Yeah, I can use a one-handed mace, and I can, team it or do whatever with it.
So they're also adding in this cool little goblet. It's a mace that's literally just a goblet, and this goblet, like its effect is that it constantly drips coins. So it's pouring coins out of this goblet like the cool elemental was the entire time. It's sick.
Wait, you guys can't team maces or use maces?
No, we can't use maces at all.
No maces for us. Mage life.
Just wands, daggers, one-handed swords, and staves. But I haven't seen
Yeah.
a staff in 17 years.
We'll be talking about this until you get one.
Yep, that's once once the raid comes out, I'll officially announce my staff timer, and every week I'll let you know how long it's been since I've had a staff. It was very similar to Wand Watch.
It's gonna be a long wait. Have you guys seen the newest patch notes that came out today?
I have
No.
not.
What are they? What do they
I
say?
checked it, and it only said
Oh,
Ah.
you got us.
yeah, I tricked
Hold
you.
on. Let me go grab my bottle of booze.
Yeah, let me prep my shot. What do you got for us this week, Slide?
I think Aaron's getting a shot still. Are you ready? Yeah, he's getting a shot still. I'm glad that it's my turn to not be the one that has to take the shot, because I got
Yeah, I mean,
kinda
just out of
fucked up last
courtesy,
time.
we both take it most of the time anyways, so I'm pouring mine
Yeah.
just like, cause.
I am not taking a shot this week. No, thank you. And I didn't really even earn that last one. I kind of just took it.
I mean, both of us deserved to take those shots last week. How pitiful that showing was.
All right, so are you guys ready? Instead of giving you guys the thing ahead of time, I'm going to tell you guys to be ready now. And after I say it, it's go time. You ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Category is Warlords of Draenor Zones. Go.
Shadow,
Shadow
Moon
Moon
Valley,
Valley.
Frostfire Ridge, Nagrand,
Tanan Jungle.
Talador,
Yeah, Talador. Spires of Iraq.
was
Iraq.
Gorgrund one then?
Yeah, Gorgrund was one.
You said Spires.
I
I think do we get
Are we
them all?
doing? Are we? Yeah, I think together we've done them all. I am just gonna keep saying things to try and do.
Yeah, I think
Black
that's
Rail
it.
Depot. That's not a zone, but that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like I could like repeat the ones you did, but
You're good. You're good. Time warp's over. Immune took that one. He got Frostfire Ridge, Gorgrond, Nagrand. Shadow Moon Valley was close, but you edged out Aaron by a second. Aaron got Tanan and Spires. Technically, Karabor is, I think it's still a zone, even though it got gutted. And then there's Bladespire Citadel, which, what is Bladespire Citadel?
it's
don't know.
part of Frost. Having actually done a Horde through Draenor, it is the
Oh, it's their Karabor.
it's the ogre. Yeah, Karabor.
Oh, the ogre. Duh. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
right.
you go and you take their citadel, and then Thrall's dad sits on the top of it, and he's like, "We own this now."
We did it. A successful one after last week's abomination of a time war.
Okay, well,
Take that shot.
I'll take one with you.
no, you don't have to. Here you go.
All I know is I'm sitting here not taking it, and I see Immune taking it behind me, and
Another
Okay.
down.
Do not relent.
Well, that was rough.
I'm just over here drinking Truly's, feeling fine. So, have you guys dabbled in the wonderful art of faction assaults?
I committed, dare I say, war crimes in faction assaults. It was an assault to all senses what we did in that 30 minutes. I believe this week starts, if it's on an every other week format, this week starts where we're going to have to visit them on Zandalar. But when they were visiting us in Tirisgard, oh shit, that shot. I did not eat a big dinner at all today. When they visited us at Tirisgard, I was out with my boys, and it wasn't even a fight, gang. It was just a slaughter. They were trying to do anything. We had a guy in our group who was like a sentry on a boat, and he would just scream boat whenever like they came on shore again. It was getting the 25 only took like maybe 10-15 minutes, and then we sat there for another 45 just killing them for no reason.
It's super satisfying, just like beating the horde back. Also, you said that weekly. I'm actually not sure how these assaults work still, because I think that they're daily or they're.
Yeah, there was. Now that I'm thinking about it, there was a horde symbol in the middle of Tirisgard, and when I clicked on it, it had 4 hours left.
I actually think it's less than daily, guys. I think it's more like 12 hours, even.
It seems because whenever I log on, there's always one up, and I go and do it, and then I literally spend like 2 hours just farming horde there, because like finally we have like an even footing in war mode. Like it feels so weird to have an even footing.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it, but just before we started recording today, I saw it on the boat. Shaw has another quest for us, so I guess we're behind in war mode again, which means more rewards for us.
Oh yeah, because that actually resets every Tuesday. Fun fact: it doesn't reset daily or like hourly. To get your rewards, it will actually like kind of analyze all the players in war mode on both factions, and it will accommodate that faction the next reset, which is really interesting.
We were recently discussing it on 2 Trade Chat. Go listen to 2 Trade Chat. But Will and I were saying that we don't think that we'll ever really be ahead in war mode, simply because the vast majority of players play Horde, which is unfortunate because I'd love it to be more 50-50, but it means we'll probably always get that gear.
I don't know.
Wait.
It might shift.
So I have a question. This might be ignorant. I don't know how Proudmoore is exactly sharded or anything, but I know that Proudmoore at least has an alliance bias, right? At least by a little.
Yes,
I don't think it's like one of the like majorly alliance ones, but it's probably what 60-40 maybe.
it's one of maybe a handful that are alliance biased. The
So
vast
actually,
majority are going to be closer to Illidan in like its level of Horde.
So actually, none of that matters anymore. If you are in war mode, you are put into war mode shards. So it is not when it no longer goes by what server you're on. Now it just goes by a new sweeping war mode server. So Proudmoore being that or Illidan being that, when you're in war mode, it won't matter. It will still try to shard you to be as half and half as it can get you for Alliance and Horde.
Okay, that's good then. So it really means whenever Shaw gives us this quest that we are actually behind in war mode then.
Yeah. But I do think I don't think we're gonna tip the scales crazy, but I think this definitely will get more Alliance to turn on war mode. Especially when word of mouth gets back about how fun these assaults are in war mode. By the way, if you're doing these assaults, turn on war mode. You have so many allies. It's basically like a huge battleground that you don't have to engage in if you don't want to. Like, people are gonna fight around you. Like, it's insane. It's chaos on both sides, and you have like NPCs that are like fighting alongside you. It's nuts.
Also, there's not really a reason for you to not turn on war mode and run your assaults because it also gives you a bunch of conquests, which helps you work towards your conquest cap. Oh, the shot's also hitting me a little bit. For the week, which gives you even more gear. So especially if you're leveling an alt or something, I'm sure this is huge.
God, I just remembered that there was a moment where my group, we all got our 25. So we're just kind of sitting there and we were like, well, let's just be rude. So we posted up near a world quest. It was like 3 guys we knew they had to kill. And we just made sure that they didn't kill them. And I'm like, finally, we get to be the bullies. This is a refreshing feeling.
We should post up by a Tortollan world quest to show them how it feels.
You know that's exactly what I was doing. I was sitting by a Tortollan quest the other day. I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I was there, and there was a guy who was fishing, just fishing, and I would kill him, and he would respawn and just wave at me. I'd kill him again. I killed this man about 13 times, and he got me halfway to the 25 quest achievement for that Shaw has for the quest. And I felt kind of dirty about it, but at the same time, not being overrun by Horde at a Tortollan quest, it feels so right.
Do you think we're the only podcast around that actively tells stories about how we bullied people? This guy kept showing up, and then I just killed him, and I kept killing him, and it was awesome.
Listen, if he's going to keep respawning, I'm going to keep taking advantage. I need that conquest. I need that hippo, okay? Except it doesn't have with hippo at all. That's not rating. But yeah, it's good. I haven't felt like I've been outmatched in war mode. Like, it hasn't felt like it has the past 2-3 months when like you can't even breathe without a horde or 20 of them jumping on you.
Yeah, it got pretty bad for a while there where I just felt like it was easier to just turn it off, especially when I needed to just quickly do all my world quests, you know?
It's my turn to be the bully. And damn it, I'm going to do it, okay? I've earned it. I've done my time. 12 years of it.
So for those of you who aren't in the know, we've been throwing it to our on-the-scene reporter Growlina for the past few episodes. I would just like to iterate that Growlina is talking to 100% real WoW players. While the last few interviews have been less than willing to cooperate, if you see her out in the field, go ahead and give her a shout out. You could end up on this segment of Do Not Relent. For this week's Growl on the Prowl, we're kicking it to our favorite girl as she interviews some of the locals about what they're thinking to get from Great Father Winter this feast of Winterveil.
'Twas the morning of Winterveil, and much of Borealis was snoring, except for one journalist, a raggedy worgen. She ported to Ironforge hot for a story, went to hear tales from the heroes of conquest and glory. Alas, Mike in tow, she suddenly found that grumpiness and malice ran her plans all aground. These heroes had come to gain baubles and quests. None were willing to hear her questions and jests. "May I speak to you?" she'd bark with a cough. But alas, all the mages responded, "Fuck off!" A night elf arrived, her eyes black as coal, and asked Growlina's intentions to scoff at her goal. "This is very sad," the elf said with a sneer. "I find your act stupid and your show quite queer. You run and you scream, desperate for attention, yet you deceive all your guests, and you nary mention. You have no show to present, no fans who adore. I spit at your questions, now be off, uncouth bore." Downtrodden and sad, the young wolf skulked away. "Surely there's someone who will engage me, just one who will play. Just one Q&A, that's all that's required, to ensure we have content, and that I'm not fired. Please, Great Father Winter, I give you this plea. Find a brave hero who will speak to me." All at once there rose such a clatter. A night elf druid, his speech was quite scattered. Dronali was his name, his wispy eyebrows caked in snow. "Hello there, Dron. Welcome to the show. In this holiday season, where good feelings and joy will prevail, what is the one thing you desire this feast of Winterveil?" "I have been in such grind lately to gain all the rep. 15k for Tortolians would be a good step. A guild that is casual will fill me with glee. I want to raid with a group that won't mind my disability." "Is there something you'd like to share with the listening audience?" The night elf did pause, changing into gaudy pants. "It is cheap to pay for server changed and get carried, but will make you bitter and all the more harried. People try hard, but if they fail when they scoff." And with that revelation, it appeared his AH timer went off. For he turned from the wolf, summoned a bat and took flight, and the wished-up night elf rode into the night. Her quota now filled, Growlina could sigh and relax. She collapsed onto the ground near Great Father's large sack. "My task is complete. Now it's time to collect toys. That's all from me, nation. Now back to the boys."
All right, and we're back. Thanks, Carolina. Speaking of Winterveil, have you guys done the event yet this year?
I have not done any event for a while, since Brewfest probably, because my girl's got to get out there every Brewfest.
I mean, Brewfest is Growlina's favorite holiday.
But did that just start up? Because I think I'm finally going to take the plunge and actively start doing these holidays.
I think it started up a couple days ago. I think when I left for home. So that probably was like Thursday or Friday it started up. But it's actually really, really easy to do. All you have to do is just log in and do your daily, which is just talking to Great Father Winter and Ironforge. And you just have to go out and save Metzen the reindeer, which is a fun reference. And you just like kill this dude, and you take his present, and then you go back to Ironforge. And you turn every week. And there's a chance for you to get like old toys that have gone through. Like if you guys didn't get May's Blaster from 2 years ago, I think, you can still get it this way.
Oh, you can still get the old ones? Is it like a lower drop rate for old ones or the same?
I think it is a lower drop rate because that's how I got it last year. Because last year I was like, I missed this blaster. I need to get it. And then how it works is every year there's going to be a new toy. So last year was the sword and shield that you can just put on, and it makes your items just sword and shield. It's actually a pretty good cooldown. So if you were tired of wands, Aaron, you could actually equip the sword and shield and be a weird battle mage.
You should have told me back when Wand Watch 2018 was happening.
Yeah, now you don't care about this.
Now I got my big stupid tooth that I still hide.
Oh no, I got that tooth as well. I got it during raid on Thursday, and I hate it. It's too big.
It's too big for anything.
Especially for a gnome. I'm a gnome.
Imagine what it's like on a female human.
I sometimes when I shift over to Susan, I see it and I'm like, "Ooh!" And I gotta quickly switch back.
But if you log in on Christmas Day, I'm pretty sure, then you will automatically receive the new toy for the year. So bring home your computers for the holidays because you get a bunch of shit from Great Father Winter on actual Christmas Day.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'll have to try that out. I haven't done any of the event this year, but I do remember that I grinded it last year until I got the May Blaster because I really wanted that. And it's pretty quick. I remember there was one time last year where I ran it's like an instance, right? Where you go in there and I was in there and then they had already killed the guy. I just ran up and clicked on Metzen the Reindeer and then it was over and I did it in like 40 seconds.
That's what's crazy is that it's not even an instance. You just take the crater of Dalaran portal and you just fly like a couple of feet. And yeah, if they've already killed who I think it's like a Yeti that's keeping Metzen the Reindeer, then you just loot the body, and then it counts as completing it. It's also a crazy war mode spot, like because there's horde flying everywhere trying to land, and if you have your blasters out, you can net them and make them fall out of their mounts. It's beautiful.
Wait, does our 25 kills have to be in the new continents, or can they be back there too?
It's set to a specific continent, right?
I would assume
I don't know.
because that's where the actual war is. Like Shaw won't care if you kill someone back in Northrend.
When you get the quest, I think it's like kill 25 players. But yeah, it's really easy to grind for. It's simple to do. You can get some pets. You can get like the Globe Yeti, which is super easy. Like the Globe Yeti literally would just spawn in that big snowball orb that they make in Ironforge. I think it's every 35 minutes. I remember I made a timer for it last year, and then I would run to the orb, try to find him and click on him, and then you just battle and win him. And that timer still goes off to this day, and I need to turn it off, and I forgot how to turn it off. So somebody please help me. If you can help me, send me an email, and I'll turn that timer off.
What's the timer on WoW?
Yeah, it's in WoW, and it goes, Globe Yeti. And it's at 2 p.m. every day, and I kind of hate it, but I kind of like it.
Anything else we have to say about the Christmas event, boys?
That's really it. It's not much.
You know what? So we talked about the fact that the presents are great, the holiday is great, but do you know who's the best?
Is it me?
It's our sexiest NPC of the week.
Sexiest. Who is it? Who's it this week?
Our sexiest NPC of the week this week is none other than the Snow Daddy himself, Great Father Winter. Alert, this is only talking about the dwarf version. We at Do Not Relent do not condone Great Father Winter, who lives in Orgrimmar.
Keep your hyphens out of here. No hyphens.
Get them out. Get them out.
So I'll start with our sexiest NPC of the week. Great Father Winter. I'll tell you what, he's got a big sack.
Oh, I just walked up to him.
It was so bad.
I walked up to him in Ironforge and I saw his sack just dangling there.
Oh god, maybe we're going too far with this one. This one might be too... Guys, I don't know if we can air this one, guys.
I wish I was a present in Great Father Winter's hands, because then he could tie me up so tight.
You know, I just walked up and I was like, Daddy, let me sit on your lap.
We're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned. I mean, he does have a...
Okay, all goofs and giggles aside, do you know that there was a Great Father Winter comic?
No.
No, but you know what I'm reading right now.
It's called I Got What You'll Need.
Great Father
What
Winter
you'll need.
comic. Wait, is that real? Is that actually? No, it's not.
I Got What You'll Need. It's listed on his thing. During one Winterveil celebration, he got drunk and had to be replaced by the goblin Kriz. He would also be involved, if not drunk, if Dark Iron's plans or having traveled
This is
to
a
the
fake
Ironforge
story. This
airfield,
isn't a real story.
and using reindeer dust on a giant robot that took presents for delivery. However, in those gifts were treasures from the vaults of Explorers League and royal treasury stolen by the Dark Irons. Thanks to Kriz, the plan was foiled.
You're making up stories.
I guess that's not actually a Great Father Winter story. It's a Kriz story. That's wild.
Or is
that's
it a
on his
great
wiki, though.
hyphen father?
No, I see this right now. It has its own Wowpedia page. I Got What You'll Need. It's written by Christy Golden. It's in
All
Warcraft Legends Volume 3.
Wait. I have a good sexy joke. Great Father Winter. He's got what you'll need.
You know he
Got
does,
what you will
baby.
need. Also, I would just like to mention that Great Father Winter has 2005 health. I just
Is
feel
that
like that's
the
really
year that
low.
he was introduced, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. That's just that the addition of the 5 seems really random, and also
God,
that's really low.
can you imagine trying to avoid a kiss from him? He always had mistletoe on him. You can't avoid his kisses. No one wants that. No.
I'm just looking at the picture of him on the wiki. He's like stoned AF.
Well, he's a dwarf, am I right?
Probably just drunk, honestly.
But it doesn't matter what sort of state he's in, because he's this week's Sexiest NPC of the week.
But not the orc.
No, definitely not the orc. Not sexy, no.
Can we talk about that orc? I feel like the orc should get the award for the ugliest NPC of the week. Like, he's trying to harsh our boy's vibe. Like, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Oh god, I gotta click on him. I gotta look at.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
Great Father minus the hyphen. His photo is him with the child, and he looks a little high, but that's okay. Great hyphen Father Winter. His profile picture is like him straight creeping with 2 elves. I hate it. Or 2 goblins. I hate it.
Oh, and then I see this picture of him like trying to snatch up these cookies and this milk, and he's so angry and vicious. I don't know.
I also like that there's just a photo of him in a rocket ship, and the entire description is how he gets around. Who is the person who wrote this Wowipedia?
This is the one thing that I think the Alliance got from the get-go, is that everyone knew that the orc Great Father Winter was not fucking real. Like, he's a dwarf. He can't be an orc. Get out of here.
Oh yeah, scroll down the page. Look at his tiny bag that he has. He can't even.
Well, to be
fit,
fair, ours has the same one. I saw
Oh
him today.
no! Did he really?
He has
no.
the same. I hope you wouldn't bring it up, but yeah, he has the same tiny sack that we said previously was large. Yeah, it's just as small. I saw it and I was like, "What is this flu powder from Harry Potter you have in this bag over here? What are you doing?" Oh man! All right, well, surprise, guys! I have a second time warp.
What?
Oh no!
Can there be 2 in one episode? No, honey.
Yes,
Has it been
no.
10 minutes? It
No,
probably has been.
He has the Mage Legendary from Legion that allows him to do it a second time.
Do I have to pour a second shot?
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Yeah, I figured. Fuck you guys. I've lost twice. I'm gonna abuse my power and then write a rule that says never again can there be 2 time warps. Are you ready?
Yes.
This one's gonna be easy. This one will just be a speed race, I hope. Okay, here we go. Once I say the category, the timer will begin, which I probably won't need all the time for, but we'll see. Category is Old Gods. Go.
Cthulhu, Nazoth, Yogg-Saron,
Cthulhu.
shit. That's 3 of them.
Is the Shadow Priest book an old god or not?
Technically Gahoon, even though he's a punk. Which ones am I forgetting? There's Cthulhu's the big eye that whispers at you. Yogg-Saron is the series of mouths. Gahoon is a thing. Nazoth is the one we haven't seen. Yogg-Saron.
Time's up. Aaron won.
I definitely wasn't expecting or mentally preparing for another one of these.
That's the beauty of the Mage Legendary that I had to get rid of.
Hey, you're
rid
above
of.
level 116. You can't use that.
Well, I actually I leveled an alt mage just to use it. So
Rude.
you're not taking it now, but at the end of the night, yeah, take it.
I'll take it now.
Don't do it now.
Just
Don't do it
read
now.
the results as I take this shot.
Well, Aaron got 4. I'm gonna count the dagger. I think she kind of counts. And Immune got 1.
Okay.
So what was the one I was missing?
He said
Was it just-
Yasarj. Right.
It was just Yasarj? Okay, because there's only 5 of them, right?
It's Nazoth, Yasarj, Yogg-Saron, Cthulhu, and then I counted Naifu because I think she counts. So it was 4-1 was the final count. How you feeling over there, Immune?
Okay, let's finish this podcast. Okay, well, I guess to wrap things up, we will end, as always, with top 2 of the week. What you got, Aaron?
My top 2 of the week is... I don't know. Give me time to think. Come back to me.
Okay. Slide, what do you have for top 2 of the week?
My top 2 of the week is that double time warp, except not really. I think it's Faction Assaults. I really, really love Faction Assaults. After we stopped recording, or last week, I just kind of went ham on Faction Assaults. I was supposed to go to bed. I had to be up for work at like 4 in the morning, but I played in that Faction Assault until like 1 a.m. Like, I got 3 hours of sleep just because it was so much fun killing Horde in war mode. Like, they killed me, I killed them. I even had a guy who added me to yell at me, but then like we became like bosom buddies. We were both mages, and yeah, it was great. What about you? What was your top 2 of the week?
That sounds fun, though. We should totally run one after this.
Mm-hmm.
My top 2 of the week is probably the war campaign, but one of the things that we missed talking about earlier that I wanted to talk about was the in-game cutscenes that they threw into the war campaign that I thought were so much fun. Like when you were working with Jaina and you blew up the boats, and then they cut to like you and her just walking away from the explosions and not looking at them. I thought that was really funny. Or, you know, the Indiana Jones like swap out the scepters cutscene was cool too.
Wait, they had a scepter swap that for Indiana Jones, and they didn't have Harrison Jones present for it, or was he there?
Does
No,
Harrison
he
Jones
wasn't.
exist?
Yeah, he
What
does.
do you mean does he exist?
I thought he's entirely a Hearthstone creation.
No, he's the archaeology lead, and he has some fun ass quests in Kata.
I remembered he was in.
Wait, even more than
Legion
Kata,
as
he
a
was in
as a
Legion,
goat.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to move away from having like real characters in the game, so they kind of push him to the side. But like you can find him in Stormwind still. In the Stormwind Keep, he teaches archaeology wearing like a suit and monocle, like a fancy lad.
My top 2 to the week was Fashion Assault, which is entirely fictional and something we just accidentally made up today, but it's definitely something that I will be subtweeting Blizzard about for the next month. I want to settle our fights, settle our scores on the most official of battlefields, and that is the runway.
Bring it to the runway. Runway.
Runway.
That would be cool though if we had like a special event where it was like Trial of Style, but it was against the other faction and you like ran down a runway against them.
Like an upgraded Trial of Style. Like that'd be cool. I'd be about that life.
And
for
then
BFA.
it would be... That's what would decide the ending of BFA. Was just who was better at, like, the... I can't even think of what a cooler name for trial, or a bigger name of trial for style would be.
A fashion
Trial
assault.
style. There you go, a fashion assault. Who won
We
the
would win.
fashion assault?
It'd be us.
I'm trying to think who... Because we'll forever be brought down by the Worgen who can't wear hats or shoes. But I think we have more classes that can wear hats than they do.
We have humans who basically all Team Aug are based around, so I think we'll win.
Yes, right. They're the base model for all of it, so we got this easy, guys.
Oof. I took another shot and I don't know why.
This is great. See, it's
Oh,
not me
no.
this time. I'm not a mess anymore. It's these two because I made them a mess.
Listen, I don't have anything to say. I just wanted you to stop talking.
Damn. So yeah, I'm working on a holiday thing that I might have out next week. I might not. If I don't, I don't. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I have a lot of things to work on. A lot of fake internet things I had to get done. But you can email us with any questions, complaints, kumquats, shots, whatever you got at donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us at donotRelentPod. What about you guys? Any fun Twitters to plug?
You can catch me, Aaron, at the Big A Cheesy on Twitter. And you can catch me with my friend and roommate, Will, who's extra special and definitely wasn't in the call.
I've never heard of them.
I don't know who is that.
At 2 Trade Chat. We're on Twitter at Trade Chat Pod, and we are on Spotify and iTunes at 2 Trade Chat. We talk about the World of Warcraft message boards and generally goof on goofsters.
And you can follow me on Twitter at NewEraAlex. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're wrapping it up. We'll see you guys next week, maybe. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.